Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fuji Guy's channel. My name is Gord. If you're eagerly anticipating its arrival, or if your X-T30 has arrived and you're looking for a little help unboxing and figuring out what's all inside the box, this video is for you. In this video I'm going to spend a few minutes opening up the box, showing all the different components inside, and getting the camera set up and ready to take pictures. Hey, if that interests you, keep on watching. The X-T30s are available a couple of different ways, including body only as I have here, or you can pick it up with the XC15-45 power zoom lens in the box, or you can pick it up with the XF18-55 premium kit lens available in the box as well. For this video I'll work with the 15-45. When you open up the box, the first thing you'll see is on the outside flap here a couple of QR codes. If you want, you can scan that with your smartphone for the manual, and then you can have that manual available on your smartphone for quick and easy reference. Similarly, if you don't already have it installed on your smartphone, you can have the camera remote app from Fujifilm, and just a matter of, again, of scanning that QR code, and your smartphone will automatically take you to the correct website to be able to download that program. Inside you'll find the instruction manual. Depending on your country, it'll have different languages. Here in Canada we'll have English and French. Other countries will have different languages inside there. You'll also find a little bit of information about Capture One Express Fujifilm. This is a raw transfer and raw conversion software that you can download for free and be able to use the Fujifilm raw files and convert them to JPEGs and do a bit of manipulation from there. Opening up, we'll find a few things inside the bottom part of the box, including the camera itself, as well as all of the accessories and components. A USB charging brick, a mains adapter for that charging brick. Again, depending on your location or country, it'll be configured in the appropriate configuration to be able to use in your mains unit in your household. It also has a USB-C cable and a strap. There's also the strap attached, the little triangle rings, and last but not least inside here is the battery. So if I take the camera out of the bag, first thing I'm going to do is put the battery and a memory card inside here. With the battery, open up the battery door, and there's only one way that you can put the battery in. You can't inadvertently put it in the wrong way around. Lining up the orange dot on the battery with the orange tab in the camera is the one and only way to put it in. If by chance you do put it in incorrectly, the battery will not stay in place. In that same compartment is where you put the SD memory card slot. The X-T30 accepts SD, SDHC, or SDXC memory cards. And we do recommend, if you're going to be recording any movies, or if you're going to be working with the camera with a lot of raw images, that you do want to pick up a UHS-1 U3, also known as a V30 card. And that's the best card to be able to put inside your Fujifilm X-T30. I'm going to leave the lens off for the time being, because I want to show you some of the other aspects of things. Let's put together the little charging brick for the USB connector. Again, you have these two parts. One part is the brick itself, and the other is the mains adapter. Configure for your country, sliding it on there, it clicks into place. Then there's the USB cable, and this, again, it is a USB-C connection for the Fujifilm X-T30. Might be a little different than your smartphone. The nice thing about the USB-C is that it's reversible, so you can put it in to connect up the camera one way or the other. It doesn't matter which way you put it into the camera. You don't have to be fiddling around in the dark if you have to. So one end goes in the camera, the other goes into your AC adapter, and you can charge the camera that way. We do recommend that you do charge up the camera overnight before you start using it, as the battery will have a little bit of charge in it, but not necessarily a fully charged over time. Another option is to be able to take the USB plug and plug that into your computer. It will take a little bit longer than plugging it either in through this USB charging block, or potentially you have a USB gang charger. You have a number of different USB devices that you can charge at the same time. Now the fun part. There's the camera strap and the little D-rings that come with the camera as well to be able to connect up the camera strap to the little lugs that are on the side here. Inside this envelope you'll find a couple of little leatherette straps 2 triangle rings as well as a tool to be able to put the triangle rings easily onto the adapter, onto the lugs. Gonna have to use that. What I like to do is put the little leatherette, and what this leatherette does is it helps prevent your camera from getting scratched up from the metal of the rings or any part of your strap. Put that on like so first, and then you can take the little D-ring and you slide the little tool into the D-ring to spread it open a little bit, and then it's a matter of sliding it through the lug on the camera. Once you get it started, it's easy to turn around. Same for the other side. Once you have those connected, take the strap and loop it through. There we go. Now comes the lens part. On the camera body, whenever you're changing the lenses or have the sensor exposed, always a good idea that I recommend, have the camera turned down ever so slightly. That prevents any dust from inadvertently falling into the camera when you've got it pointed up. So take the rear lens cap, the body cap off there, take the rear lens cap off the lens, and line up the orange marking on the lens with the orange dot on the camera, and turn counterclockwise. Almost ready to go. I've got my lens on the camera, I've got the battery fully charged in the camera, and I've got an SD card inside my camera. But I haven't yet hooked it up to my smartphone and paired it up. And that's really handy to be able to share images directly from your X-T30. When you first power the camera on, first thing it's going to ask you is the language that you want to have the camera in. There's up to 35 different languages. Just use the focus lever to choose your language and then hit the OK button. Then it's going to ask if you want to connect it up to a smartphone. These next few steps are going to vary a little bit depending on whether you've got an iOS device or an Android device, as well as what version of the app you have installed. If you don't already have the app installed, you can scan the QR code on the back of the camera, and your smartphone will automatically go to the appropriate place to download the app. I do want to pair it with a smartphone, so I need to start the app on my smartphone and wait for a minute or two for the various things to come up. I need to click on pairing registration, at which point it's going to talk to the camera, and there's my camera there. I want to connect up to it. I just hit the tap on the tag. There's some more communication that happens between the camera and the smartphone. After that's all done, hit OK. The camera is now going to ask me if I want to use the date and time from my smartphone on my camera. I always like to turn that on because that's really handy, especially if you're traveling and going through multiple time zones. So I push the OK button. Now there's got a choice within here of either having it with the various things going on between my smartphone and my camera. I can have everything communication turned off except for image transfer. I can have the camera collect the time directly from the smartphone. I can have the camera collect the location through GPS or the geotag with my smartphone. Really handy when traveling, so you know exactly where you took any given photo, or location and time. This is where I like to have it set up on my camera. After that, put the lever into SR Auto, and you're ready to take your first picture. And those are the steps that you really need to take to be able to take the camera out of the box, put it all together, and start taking photos right away. Hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already noticed, be on the lookout for our first look video on the X-T30, as well as the top features video on the X-T30, where we'll dive a little bit deeper into some of the other controls and options that you have within the camera. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get notified whenever we have a new video uploaded. You can also look for us on Twitter at Fuji Guys, follow us on Facebook as well as Instagram. And until next time, I'm Gord of the Fuji Guys. Thank you for watching.